Hello all, this is Tejal Solanki again, and today on request of many friends, I'm sharing how to make the naan out of sourdough, using sourdough. So the basic ingredients what I have taken the mixed flour of whole wheat and all-purpose flour, or we Indians we call it as the maida. So it is maida with the whole wheat flour. You can take the combination of 50-50%, or you can take 100%, whatever your choice. Okay, this is my fresh discard of sourdough. I'm going to use this. This is the, you can say, approximately 50 grams of the curd I've taken. It's optional if you have to, you want to have some little mild tanginess, then, because I'm going to give a very slow fermentation to it, so I'm going to use it as a just 2 tablespoons. The salt as per the taste. I'm going to use the ghee as well, to get the softness. This is 1 tablespoon, but it's your choice. It's completely optional. If you want to use, you can use oil also. That's your choice. Okay, and I'm going to use some seeds to give the nutritive value. This is approximately again 1/2 tablespoon, I guess. And also, if you want, you can put the garlic or some other spices if you want, or for the flavoring, whatever you wish to, but these are the basic. And I'm going to give the hydration of the milk. Okay, again, you can use the water. There is not necessary to use the milk, but milk gives some softness to your dough, so that's the reason I'm using the milk. Now I'm going to take almost, say, 300 grams of the flour. So I'm going to take approximately, you can say, 3 cups and a half, almost 3.5 or 4 cups you can take. Approximately I count 130 grams per cup. So here 2, 3, and some more. Okay, now I'm going to add the salt as per the taste. So you can count 2%, so approximately 1 teaspoon or 6 grams. Then I'm going to add my sesame seeds. So first I'm just mixing the dry ingredients. If you want to have the sweet naan, then you can, yes, definitely you can add some raw sugar, or you can say your coconut sugar or a palm sugar or some jaggery. You can use that also, or maple syrup, or natural sweetener, whatever you want to. I don't prefer honey to be used, because honey, as per Ayurveda, honey should not be heated, so I don't use honey. But whatever your choice, you can add the natural sweetener to make the sweetener. You can say 1 to 2 tablespoons as per your choice, the sweetener. Okay, but I am not going to use, because my family does not like the sweet taste in the naan, so I'm not going to use this. I'm adding the ghee, going to add the curd also. As I said, it is 2 tablespoons. Adding the discard, 1 tablespoon. It's quite active and non-sour. It's very nice. So I'm just adding the 1 tablespoon because already the curd also I'm using, so I don't want more of the sourness into it. So this is quite okay to go. And now I'm going to add the milk. Milk you can say approximately, firstly I will use 2 cups and I'm allowing to go the milk cream as well in it. So, and if needed I may take some more. If the dough is firstly some sticky, that's completely okay because it's we do have the fridge later on overnight, say and if you have a cold temperature outside, then you can keep it at outside also. Mumbai is quite we do have the humid weather, or you can say like around 30 degrees Celsius and above. So better I just mix the dough, I keep it overnight, or say how many hours you want to ferment it, you can continue in the fridge. And before making your naan, you can remove out say 2 hours prior and let it get, if it has not got fermented in the fridge, then you can let it ferment outside and you can make the dough. Of course I will share the procedure later on. So this is the thing what I'm going to do. I'm just mixing it nicely. And yes, remember to make a soft dough, but it should not be a runny dough. So always take a lesser hydration or the liquid whatever you are adding first, and later on you can add if you want to some more. But this is right now I find quite enough because the curd also I have added already the discard, and the ghee also is there. So this is quite enough to have. If you have the food processor, you can use the food processor, and in the food processor you can mix it nicely as you make your regular dough, or also you can use your stand mixer if you have. Then you can just mix it nicely on the speed of between 2 and 4. So I'm just mixing it nicely and give a nice stir, if you can. Then what happens, because of the stirring your dough, you are actually giving the scope to incorporate the air in it. So later on it will give that softness to the your crumb also of your naan. So that's completely okay to stir it nicely if you have, because this bowl is some small, so I'm not taking much of the risk of the stirring much, otherwise it can splash out. So see, I'm mixing it nicely. Later on you can take the help of your hands also. Dough can be some sticky, but that's completely okay. Here just mix it nicely. Till you get a nice and soft dough. So almost the dough had been nicely, see, you can see it has been mixed nicely, and it is a soft chapati type dough, what you say, and it is not too stiff and not too runny as well. Okay, so now I am going to keep it for say overnight minimum, or maximum also can go for 24 hours or 36 hours of fermentation. So I'm preheating my oven on for 10 minutes on the both the rods are on, and temperature you can set between 220 to 250, whichever you are comfortable. And my rack I have positioned on the top rod. You can see the top, both the rods are getting heated. And now, okay, so you can see the dough had been fermented, and it's nice, and I had removed 2 to 3 hours priorly from the fridge, and you can see this fermentation, the bubbles, see here also. So that is quite okay to make your naan, and if you want to ferment some more, you can do that as well, no worries. And just you have to remove nicely. You can use say spatula or something like that, and I'm just releasing the dough from the sides, and I am going to remove I don't want to disturb the fermentation, so I'm just doing it upside down, and you can see the dough is coming nicely. Okay, so let it give some time and let it come out completely. We don't want to disturb the fermentation, and very gently then we will divide the dough. I will show the both the ways how to bake on the tawa as well as how to bake in the oven. So whichever way you are comfortable, you can do that. My family, they love some crisp tawa, so when I make in oven, it gives me some nice crispness. So usually I make in my oven, but also you can try with the tawa also. If you do not have the oven, you can try that also. I will show you in some time. And again I will repeat, whoever want to have the sweet naan, please add 1 or 2 tablespoons of the raw sugar or the coconut sugar or whichever you want to. And I have not added the sugar because my family they don't prefer sugar, like the sweet thing, so I have not used that. Okay, so you can see the dough is nice, smooth, and you can see the fermentation as well. So now I'm just going to divide the dough. Say approximately I can take 100 grams. I'm not pulling the dough, but I'm just dividing the dough. Right now I'm just making 2 naan just to show you. Okay, and what you can do first, just roll it. If you want to, you can take some flour and just roll it. Okay, just not to get more of the stickiness, and you can just keep them aside. Same way, I don't want to disturb the membrane, so I'm just trying to tuck it first nicely, and you can roll it. Okay, just in the flour so they do not get stick. That's it. So these are done. So the dough has been nice and smooth. Okay, and what I'm doing, I'm just taking some sesame. I have just pushed in the dish, and now either you can roll it also, or you can just expand with your hands nicely If you find your dough is sticky, then you can just oil your fingers or apply the ghee on your fingers, and you can do with that also, or you can just and extend it whichever the shape you want to, either if you want to make it round or if you want to make an oval and elongated shape, that is also okay. Just take care that it should not be thin from the center, so try to have it expand from the sides. Okay, so the center should not get tear, and you can expand from the sides. Okay, see this. Now gently just give a nice stretch, very gently. Okay, and okay, once this is done, what you can do, you can sprinkle some fresh I have the coriander and the chives and some fresh garlic. I have chopped them, so you can just sprinkle them. If you want to stuff, you can make the stuffed naan also. What you can do, just spread it nicely, whatever the stuffing you want to put, you can put it in, and then again from the sides you can roll it, from all the sides, just roll it nicely, and then again you gently you can give a, suppose it like this is only, so how you can do, you can just okay, and try to, so whatever the stuffing you had done had gone inside, and try to stretch it. And if you cannot, because if the stuffing is heavy, then what you can do, you can just roll it with the rolling pin. So this is also one of the way you can do, and whichever shape you want to, you can either make a round, or if you want to make that elongated. I like elongated, I like the oval shape, so just stretch it gently. Okay, now keep your oven ready. I have already shared the preheating, it can be between 220 to 250 degrees, and keep your tray on the upper rack, and both the elements has to be on. The oven should be nicely heated for 10 to 15 minutes, so that gives a faster some. And yes, if you want, you can apply some milk wash also on this to get a nice color. Otherwise, just I'm going to apply the ghee, and okay, very gently. I don't want to tear my naan, so I'm not giving any. Okay, so this is how you can shape it. Now I'm going to apply some ghee on it. Nicely, so it will give a nice aroma as well. And sprinkle again some coriander and the garlic and the chives what I was having. Okay, and some sesame seeds also. And gently, if you want to, you can just tap it so they do not come out. That's it. Now take a parchment paper, or you can grease your tray and you can shift it for baking. Can you see this? It depends on you how big you want. You can just stretch it and bake it. Okay, I'm just taking a parchment paper and I'm shifting it. Okay, and now I'm going to bake it at, as I've said, between 220 to 250 degrees, and I'm going to keep it on the top rack, and once it gets nice pink and some red spots, and I will remove it out. Okay, so I'm just shifting it to the oven. Okay, now how to make on the tawa. Same way I'm doing this, you know, I'm taking some flour and I'm going to shape it. Dough is very nice, soft. If you want to make a round, you can make a round, or as same way as I've shown you, you know, and try to have it. It should not be very thin, okay, otherwise it won't pop nicely. So this I am going to show you as how to make a round one. Try to expand from the sides and run it fast. Okay. Now what you can do, just flip it here first. Yes, what you can do that you can apply the ghee and same way you are going to sprinkle the coriander and also the sesame seeds. Okay. Press it nicely so it should not come out when you roast it on tawa. Either what you can do, you can just, when you put your naan on tawa, that time also you can do this, but I feel this is a easier way, so I do this and just flip it. Now at the other side apply the water very nicely, like, you know, otherwise it won't stick on tawa. We want the dough, the side should get stick on tawa, so when we will roast the naan on the flame, so it should not slide. Okay, so this is how, once the water you have applied, now just feel the tawa, like, you know, you should feel the heat of the tawa. Once it has been heated nicely, what you can do, simply just spread it. Okay, and let it get, you know, I have done the flame, I have slowed down and let it get, you know, once you will find, you know, some brownish color on the top as well, little from the beneath you can find that sheen of the brown color, so let it be. And once you get that nice brown color from beneath, you can see below the surface, that time it's a time to flip over the flame and you can just roast it gently on the flame. Okay, see, it's nicely getting bubbles. I have not used any baking soda, nothing. This is purely the sourdough naan, and it had got an amazing fermentation. So why to use unnecessary, the baking soda, where you are trying to establish the the acidity should remain of the dough for your gut. So let it be. And this is, see, they are puffing nicely. You can see that the sides. It may take 2 to 5 minutes, and now you can find the color is getting changed. The brown, you can find that color on the surface also. So it is getting cooked nicely. So let it get some brown nice color, and then you can just hold the tawa and you can roast. You can flip it. Okay, let me show you how to do that. See, you can see this, and try to very gently on the flame. Let it be. If it comes out, that's completely okay, but you can see that it has been nicely done at the other side as well. So let it get on the flame and get it roasted. You can keep the flame medium to fast to get it roasted nicely. Okay. Let it get nicely some brown dots, the deoxidation of the starch, and it's quite soft. See how nice color and the roasting, you can find that. So this has to be there. This is the portion some I find raw, so I'm just skipping it again. Take care while doing it. Okay, and this is done. Your naan is ready. Okay, either you can serve, or either if you want to apply, keep it in a muslin cloth, you can do the similar way. So I'm just going to apply the little ghee again, or if you want, you can use the white butter, unsalted butter, that tastes yum with this, or you can apply the simple your regular butter also. Okay, and your naan is ready. Let me show you how the oven one also had been done. I have not got yet the color what I wanted to, so I'm just skipping it again for another 5 to 10 minutes and to get the. That's what the sourdough naan. You can see the softer version what I have made on tawa, and this is the crispy version what I had made in the oven. I had made it purposely crispy because my family loves that, but if you want to make it soft, then you can just bake it at, as I've said, between 220 to 250 degrees, but for some lesser time, when you get just a light color around and some pink spots or the brown spots on your naan, and you are done. Okay, so this is the fabulous, the Indian cuisine, the North Indian, the Punjabi you can say, and also this eggplant vegetable, we make it with the mashed eggplant with the lots of green onions, lots of coriander, ginger, and the tomatoes, and it's like we do eat with the millets chapati also. We call it as a rotla, like made up of the pearl millet or the sorghum. even that gives a fantastic company with this. So whichever way you want to, you can just serve. Bye for now, and just do not forget to give us the feedback.